All right, we have some breaking news for you quickly before we go to sports. 6 robbers have been in a cash-in-transit heist in Rosettenville, that's in the south of Johannesburg. We'll have more on that story. We'll bring you all the details as soon as they become available and more in our next bulletin.
The game was being surveilled actively by members of crime intelligence. They had plotted to bomb a cash van on Friday afternoon, but that was aborted. Instead, they chose Monday as the D-Day, not knowing what awaited for them. It is alleged that suspects gathered at a safe house in 50 Freers Hill Road in Rosettenville to finalize their plan to commit a cash-in-transit robbery in the Johannesburg area. Now, police acting on intelligence zoned in on a safe house from which they were planning the heist. A chopper was hovering above the safe house while other law enforcement members took positions on the ground. Now, gunfire erupted from the house, targeting the SAPS helicopter cycling overhead. Officers on board returned fire before retreating and flying to Millpark Hospital because the flight engineer had been wounded. Now, on the ground, a multidisciplinary team led by crime intelligence was cut out of the deal, or an informant trying to get a lighter sentence but who had information on this situation might have alerted the cops. It's always an inside job. 10 alleged robbers were arrested and 8 others killed in a bloody exchange of fire with law enforcement. Among those arrested is an ex-soldier.
Bring you live visuals from Rosettenville. That's an active scene. At least 5 suspected robbers have been shot dead. We're still waiting for official confirmation by police, but we believe that they were in a shootout with police. 2 officers, Sally, have been airlifted to hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not sure exactly the motive. What we do know is that there was some sort of either hostage or hijack situation quite close to the hospital in that area. And then a massive shootout ensued. Residents have been quoted as saying that it was extraordinary, a really heavy gunfire happening in this suburban area of Rosettenville, south of Johannesburg.
Now, combing the scene after the shootout, police recovered 9 rifles, including AK-47s, R4s, and over 30 rounds of ammunition, 6 hijacked vehicles, and several other vehicles that would have been used in the heist. Explosives as well as gloves, balaclavas, and cell phones. I'm telling you, these guys were war ready.
These guys were about 25 of them. This group, 8 of them are dead and 8 are arrested. We still want some more that have moved there. Surprisingly, without fail except one who comes from Botswana. They all come from Zim and KZN. Surprisingly. I think 4 of them will be from KZN, the rest is from Zim, and the one from Botswana. They're well armed. They all have mostly AKs, about 6 or 7 AKs here, and with double magazines, which means they are there for the business. The surprising one is the one that shot the helicopter and injured the pilot and injured the pilot assistant. So we are working with heartless people that are prepared to kill. I asked the one from Imutu, what is this? What's happening? He said, Indlala. I said, come on, man. There is no Indlala that buys you AK and all those kind of things and come and kill people. Inside them, there are 5 top cars that have been hijacked or stolen, and one just wishes that there is no owner of those cars that was killed in the process of doing this. This is a good job, and I think the police, the intelligence here did a good job.
Now, buildings and walls like those of St. Martin's School, which faces the alleged safe house, were pockmarked with bullet holes. Now, inside the yard of the house, several of the arrested men were made to sit against a wall while they were photographed by a forensic expert. Now, the men face 8 counts of murder as well as charges of attempted murder, possession of unlicensed firearms and ammunition, possession of explosives, possession of hijacked vehicles, and conspiracy to commit a cash-in-transit heist. Now, one of the gang members that escaped was tracked down and found to be from Tembisa. Now, the Tembisa Magistrate Court heard that the gang member was out on parole when he was arrested in connection with the shooting that claimed the lives of 8 suspects and left the 4 police officers injured. Now, he was arrested and was allegedly found in a possession of a pistol. Now, police went to his rented room in Pumulong, Tembisa, and found 4 assault rifles, 5 pistols, rifle and pistol magazines, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition, channel jammers, GS4 and SAPS bulletproofs, as well as uniforms. I'm telling you, these guys are always raw ready for this money.
Courtroom 2 at the Tembisa Magistrates Court was heavily guarded this morning as the 11th suspect in the Rosettenville bust appeared for the first time. 42-year-old Milton Gasa is facing charges of possession of unlicensed firearms and ammunition. He's believed to be part of a syndicate that law enforcement cracked down on in the south of Johannesburg earlier this week.
Appeared at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court facing multiple counts ranging from conspiracy to commit robbery with aggravating circumstances, murder, attempted murder, possession of explosives, possession of unlicensed firearms and ammunition. The case was postponed to the 8th of April for further investigation. At this stage, the defense indicated that they don't wish to bring bail applications, but at the stage where they decide to change their mind and bring formal bail applications, indeed, as the state, we will be opposing such applications.